gonna say is I told you so. I told you guys so. Around 3 o'clock sometime this morning, I caught a picture of Captain Hook cruising through. This is a single aircraft part here. There's new bugs everywhere.
The plan is, we're gonna go buy a saddle.
That's Captain Hook. That's Captain Hook. What is going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to episode number 2 of Chasing Captain Hook. Where we left off last video, we had a few very slow hunts where we saw maybe 2 or 3 deer, no Captain Hook in sight. And a little update, for the past few days since that video was posted, Captain Hook has not showed up at all at the camera. Another cold front came through, and man, it is getting cold. This morning it was like 42 degrees when I woke up for work. It was amazing, the best feeling ever, perfect hunting weather. Right now it is about 62 degrees, but it is going to cool off quickly tonight, so the deer are going to be moving. I think we're getting by the October lull pretty quickly. So in my opinion, pre-rut is here. I've seen videos, I've seen pictures, I've seen deer as I pass by them. I've seen bucks chasing does. And no, it's not just a play chase. It is bucks on does' tails. That's what it is. So in my personal opinion, we are currently entering pre-rut, and looks like the rut's going to be hot this year because it is going to cool off and it is going to get very, very, very cold. For the next 2 or 3 days, we're looking at highs of like no higher than 52 degrees and lows of 40 to 41 degrees. We just got off work, we got back home, we got all of our hunting stuff ready, and we're ready to go. So let's head out to the property and let's see if we can't get a look at Captain Hook tonight and maybe some more movement with the deer. How you know deer season is around, truck is super dirty, and I don't even care because I know it's just gonna keep getting dirtier. It's been really rainy the last few days, so truck's just gonna keep getting dirty. I'm not gonna wash. In my personal opinion, I think Captain Hook is very well still alive. There's more information that I know as far as people who hunt around me, what properties they hunt, and pretty much how I've patterned Captain Hook. Captain Hook doesn't seem to leave the neighboring property or my property as much. And there's only one guy who hunts the neighboring property, and he rarely hunts anymore because he's just got to take care of his family and he just doesn't have much time. So with that being said, I personally don't feel like Captain Hook has been shot unless for some odd reason, and it could very well be. I'm not saying, I'm not in denial here, but unless some odd reason that he traveled off the property, and I personally don't think he did, but if he did, that's okay. We've got other deer that we're trying to find out there. Pretty much what we're doing is we're going out to hunt tonight because the deer movement this morning and last night were crazy. There's been bucks daylighting that haven't ever daylighted at some of my family's other properties. I think it all just kind of adds up. I want to be in the woods for the off chance that, you know, maybe Captain Hook just isn't going up to my corn pile. Maybe he's walking behind my camera. Maybe he's just hitting all the scrapes behind the camera. So that's why I'm going out tonight. Also, it's great fall weather right now, and nothing better to me than to go sit in the stand. With all that being said, I will see you guys at the property. Hopefully, we'll see some deer tonight, get some deer on camera. That'll be super awesome. So, see you guys there. Let's get it done. folks, so that's probably the best night hunting by myself that I've had this year so far. First, it started real early. A little basket rack 8 came in, and he literally did the exact thing that I was hoping Captain Hook would do if he came in. That little basket rack came in, and then he went over to the other camera. He went straight to my corn pile. I didn't get a picture, figured out my camera does not work. He went over to the other side of the property, to the other corn pile, got a picture of him there. Then we got a picture of another little buck over there. A big doe and a fawn came in, and they taunted me for literally 30 minutes. She kept looking straight up at me. She was trying to get my wind. She blew at me once, but never ended up spooking, never ran away or anything, just kept trying to get my wind. Finally gave up, went out into the field, and then walked straight over to my corn pile instead of like walking under me. Probably gonna hunt tomorrow night and probably Thursday night as well. But now that we have the camera set back up, let's see if there's any shootable bucks, any more hitless bucks, or even if Captain Hook showed back up. Just 2:45 the next day. All I'm gonna say is I told you so. I told you guys so. As you guys know, we set the camera battery back up. Around 3 o'clock sometime this morning, we caught a picture of Captain Hook cruising through. He is still alive. I'm assuming he was just bedded down or stayed close to his bedding area during the October lull. Or he could have been showing up the last few nights and we just didn't know because the camera wasn't working. I checked before yesterday. The last time we got a picture was 2 days before that. And I knew there was something up when I saw that while sitting in the stand last night, simply because I know there's raccoons there every night. So even if there wasn't deer showing up, there would still be raccoons showing up. Now, it gives me a little bit more courage, especially with the action we were seeing last night. There's a little bit more action than we've had all year round. So it kind of excites me. Alright, good morning folks. It is Sunday, October 26th. We just got to the property. It is a little bit later than I want to be. This morning has been a whole mess. My bow wasn't at my house, it was at my friend's house. Because I went hunting and videoed him 2 days ago, and I wasn't even supposed to be hunting today, but I am. Leah and I decided to come home. It was my weekend to go to her place, which is 2 hours away, but we decided to drive home because I'm gonna have to go there next weekend as well, and we were gonna go hunting. It's just been a whole mess this morning. Like I said, I had to go pick up my bow at my buddy's house, and I woke up a little bit late. And I also took the camera arm out of the tree because I was borrowing it. So I took it out of there, and so I knew I didn't have a camera arm for this camera this morning, which is okay. I left the GoPro in the blind at my house last night. I guess you guys will realize my emotions were pretty high at the time. You guys will understand once I tell the story about what happened last night, but so there's no GoPro either. So all we have is a camera that I don't even have a camera arm for. So how it's going to go today is if a deer comes in, I'll grab the camera, record it a little bit. If it's a shooter, I'll try and record if I can. But other than that, I'm going to set the camera up on the other hang-on seat. I don't even know how good the angle is, but I'm just going to get what footage I can because I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to shoot a decent buck today. If a nice buck comes in, I'm not just going to let it go because I don't have camera gear. So I'm going to get ready real quick. I pulled in here, and already there were 2 does here right where I pull in, which is about like 65-70 yards from the stand. So I'm going to get ready real quick. We're going to get out there. It's like 35 degrees right now, so it's pretty cold. Deer should be moving. They're rutting pretty good, so I will see you guys when it gets light out because I can't record when it's dark out. Captain Hook actually has not showed up in 4 days, but it is the rut. There's a few different things. He could be locked down, or
could hunt longer, but I'm about ready to get out because one, it's really cold. I did not dress for the occasion very well. Two, if there was deer in this woods, like running around, I'd be able to hear them. So, and I can't hear a peep. I don't know where those deer went. That little button buck or doe or I don't know what it was even. I tried looking through my binos. I couldn't tell what it was, but it ran over there with them too. And then it ended up turning around and coming back and just walking through this way, which I don't know why the others didn't do that. But I don't know. This place is really hard to hunt. I'll see 3, maybe 4 deer a sit, and half the time it's a group of 3 does. So this place just isn't performing how I thought it would, and Captain Hook isn't showing up. So I'm gonna leave the camera here and everything, but I think we're gonna go search some other properties and see if we can't find another buck to put on our hit list that we can also hunt this season. Alright folks, change of plans. I was ready to leave. And I was like, well, I have never checked this field before because every time I've hunted it's been dark when I got out of the stand. And I came walking around the path, decided I was gonna sneak down to this field edge, and there was a doe walking up past my stand. Now I'm looking out into the field. There's a little 8-point that we have on camera chasing a doe out here in the field. So I'm gonna sit here. I got my arrow and my bow, and I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit and see if we can't get anything to walk close to us. There are deer running around everywhere down here. I've probably seen 6 different deer already. I'm kind of just standing behind this tree right here. There's no fields out there. I don't know what my move would be if one came in, but I'm really just here to watch. I just have my bow up in case anything seems to, or anything happens to get close. I'm just gonna watch for a little bit. This is insane. Oh, here come more deer. There's new bucks everywhere. They're jumping fences, doing everything they They're literally just running all over. It got so insane there for a second. I was just looking literally every corner of this field. There was different deer. Probably saw 4 or 5 different bucks. 10 to 15 does running around. I mean, I saw a buck that walked from literally 40 yards from me all the way up to that hill. All the way up to there. In like, not even kidding you, like 10 minutes. I think I know where Captain Hook has been staying.
What's going on? We're back again. It is a couple days later. Hunting kind of slowed down a little bit for me, and just hunting in general slowed down a little bit. Deer weren't moving as much, but now the colder weather is kind of here to stay. It's been like mid-40s all day, and it's just going to drop from this time now. It is currently like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I wasn't going to go out until like 3:30, 4 o'clock, maybe even later than that. So I decided it would be too much to go take my stand down, take it over there, set it up. Then I'd have to wait a few days, and I just haven't had time to do it either. So the plan is we're going to go buy a saddle. I've never used one, but hey, I've always wanted to. I think it's going to help a lot with a lot of the situations I get into when I'm hunting. Without further ado, I'm going to head over to our local outdoor store
and buy a saddle.
It's almost 3:30. We did get done at the store. We did buy a saddle. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped to use it. But I'm going to do a quick overview of what I got with you guys. And then we're going to get ready and go out because it's going to take me quite a while to set up because this is my very first time doing it. We're ready to go. We just spent a lot of money, so hopefully it's worth it. So I went for the more affordable saddle setup. It was still really expensive. Now a lot of this stuff I am planning on upgrading in the future. So to start off, we have the Tethered Workhorse saddle. Now I tried this thing on, I tried Latitude on. I really like the Latitude ones as well, but this one was the most affordable and best feeling for the price it was. It was only $300 for the whole kit, and honestly, I'm fine with it. I love it. It feels good, but we'll put it to the test in the actual tree. Second, we have the Cruiser platform. Now this was the most recommended platform from everybody I know who uses or who saddle hunts. They said the Cruiser platform, you just can't go wrong with it, pretty much because of these edges right here. They're kind of slanted rather than it just cutting off here. People really like the slanted edges, so I went ahead and spoiled myself a little bit with the platform, and I actually got a good platform. This is where I cheaped out a little bit, but the reason I did is because they didn't have the ones in stock that I wanted, so I decided I'll just get cheap ones for now and then order the new ones. I went ahead and got these muddy sticks. Now, they probably are some of the heaviest sticks you can get, but they told me 3 years ago these were the most popular stick you could get right here because they were really the only ones that were out like this, but now there's lighter ones and all that, so people are starting to use those a little bit more. But these, for the price, and I got a good deal on them for the price, I'm not going to pass it up, especially if I'm just going to order other ones. I got these muddy sticks right here, put these to the test as well if I like them, and I don't necessarily need to spend the money on new ones. I'm just going to keep these. And that's pretty much it for the saddle setup as far as the actual saddle goes. Now we got like some small things like a new bow hanger. We got some new things like the bow hanger, and then I also got this thing right here. So it's actually to hold a trail camera, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this into the tree, and I actually am going to switch my camera setup. Instead of using my GoPro, I'm going to use my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 as my point of view camera, so it will be the camera that's facing me in the tree. So I'm literally just going to spin that thing on here. And the nice thing about the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is I can literally control it all from my phone, so I don't even have to reach up and touch it or anything like that. I can put it where I want it, and I can do everything from my phone. So that's super awesome. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pack all this stuff up, so let me get ready, and then we're gonna head out to the stand because it's gonna take me quite a while to set up. So we're just gonna head out to the stand, get set up, and then I'll talk to you guys out there. Alright folks, so I've been set up for a while, but I'm finally like completely set up. The saddle feels amazing actually, and I'm really enjoying it. It's quite windy today, if you guys can't tell. We still haven't gotten any pictures of Captain Hook. I don't know, right now what I'm trying to do is kind of just find some other bucks that I could possibly hunt this year. Find some bucks that, you know, we didn't have early season. So that's kind of what I'm doing on cameras right now, but sitting wise, right now, we're sitting in a cow field, the same field that in the last hunt, we came down here to the field edge and we looked down here and there were deer everywhere, bucks, does chasing all around. So we're sitting in that field in the little brush right now. This is really the only tree line right here. It's not thick at all. We're not in the woods. It's literally just a creek line with trees on it that we're kind of just sitting on. Literally when I started recording, there's a little baby that walked out and walked 5 yards from me. Didn't see me or anything. We've got a perfect wind tonight, so hopefully tonight goes well. It's chilly, clear skies. I think it's about like 40 something degrees right now, so let's hope they move. There's a nice like 3-year-old right here inside the woods. He's gonna do exactly what I said. Literally stepped out. There's a cat right here, like 10 yards to my right, and the cat scared him, and he went back into the woods. this left side, it's like at a weird angle, and it's longer than his G2. He's standing right by a barbed wire fence, but the fence has a path under it. He's looking. He is so wide. That's insane. That is insane. I knew he was hanging out back here the entire time. A 3-year-old just walks out right exactly how I wanted him to. Very nice buck. Most people would have shot him. Or not most, but a lot of people would have shot him. I turn around and my target buck that I've been chasing after since the beginning of the season, since the first weekend of the season. And I've never seen him in person. He's been gone for 4 or 5 days. I haven't gotten him on camera since. He's literally standing 200 yards away from me right now. So we have about 20 minutes left of shooting light. I just watched my target buck for about an hour. That sucks when you can't do anything about it, but now we know what we need to do next time. We need to get over into that other field. He just disappeared into like a little creek bottom on the opposite side of the field. I don't think we're gonna get him over here tonight unless for some reason he comes for these does over here. I'm pretty sure there's 2 does like 60, 70 yards down this tree line right here, feeding a little bit. I don't think he would come over to them, but I don't want to get caught up in the dark trying to take everything down, especially since I've never done it before. Tomorrow we're going to come back out and hopefully put an end to the story of Captain Hook. I'm going to see you guys in the next episode.